morning. It is a bright and beautiful day here in Nairobi. It is the 20th of May, and we hope and trust that you're fine and that your weekend was great. It was wonderful. You enjoyed with your family and your friends. Welcome back to New Day TV, The Tackle. And today is Common Sense Edition, where we talk about business. We talk about, things that matter. Money matters. And here with me today is a lovely lady who is in the insurance industry. She's the founder and CEO of Beri Insurance Agency Limited, and that is Mavis Muhati. Mavis, karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we will be discussing about insurance and everything around insurance, the questions you have, whether it is brokerage, whether it is what types of insurance to take. So stay tuned for a beautiful conversation. I am your host, Chepkoech Towett. Welcome to New Day TV. Go to our social media pages. You can follow the conversation from there. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. And let's have a conversation. Ask your questions through there, because I know you have a lot of questions about insurance. When it comes to insurance, it is one of those things that is important, but also it is one of those things that sometimes we don't know things about it. So today we want to demystify, and talk deep matters insurance. So karibuni sana. Mavis, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I'm grateful to be here and humbled as well.
All right, karibu sana to The Tackle. Na maswali ni ya Wakenya wa kawaida. So insurance, why insurance? How did you get into the industry?
First, I wasn't supposed to get into the industry. Let me start like that. Because when I was studying, I actually have a bachelor's degree in communication. So when I was finishing school, it didn't click to me that insurance would be my thing. So when I was looking for a job, I ended up getting myself into the insurance industry. But I had not studied it in school. Remember that. So what happened is, when I got the job, the person who poached me because I was good at making sales where I was. So I sold to him some products. I won't specify on what. So he poached me and told me, I think your potential is not being utilized where you are. So I would like to bring you to my company, train you, and then see where this business takes you.
All right. Why I ask is, I want you to explain to us what is insurance.
So insurance basically is a contract between an individual or a business with an insurance company to provide financial protection against risk, either in this current situation you're in or in the future.
All right.
Yeah.
To provide risk.
To provide financial protection
against risk.
Yes.
All right. So what are the different type of insurances?
So the different type of insurances, let me start by breaking down to the most commonly sold insurances. Are number one, motor insurance. Let me just give them, let me just outline them, then I'm going to explain.
No problem. We have all the time, so take your time.
So, number one, we have motor, which is the commonly sold insurance. Number two, we have medical insurance, which most people call it health insurance. Number three, we have domestic package, which commonly known as home insurance. Number four, we have personal accident that most people don't buy or don't know about it. Number five, we have educational policies. Number six, for investments. Now I'm going to the investments bit. Number six, we have money markets, where now I think is when people know about it. And then number seven, we have pensions for retirement purposes. Number eight, we have, what is it called? We have endowment policies. This is under life insurance. Remember, even educational policies are also under life insurances. So let me go now to explain the type of insurances I've mentioned.
Yes,
So now, motor, the commonly sold insurance. I know most people buy motor insurance just because the police will arrest you if you don't have an insurance. That's the first thing. Anybody who's buying insurance.
Kenyans with your bad behavior.
Yes. So the first thing is, the client can ask you for a quotation, but at the same time, they'll ask you, how much is the third party? That's the commonly asked question. Yes. So motor insurance provides protection against risks. That's for comprehensive. It covers your vehicle. It covers third-party damages. When you hit somebody else, when you hit somebody's property, that's a third-party liability. So it covers all that. But then, what people don't understand is there are two types of motor insurance, comprehensive and third-party. For the comprehensive, your vehicle will be repaired when there's an accident. But for third-party, it won't be repaired. So it's common for third-party, it's just third-party liabilities.
Which is what now?
Okay, so let me break it down. Third-party liabilities mean any person that is not you or your vehicle. Yes.
So it insures the other person?
Yes, the other person. That's
Not
the
me.
Not you.
Sasa hapo nimejisaidiaje?
That's what Kenyans like. Kenyans like third-party because it's the cheapest. And it doesn't even have a quotation.
My question is,
Yes.
Why that price difference, and why was there introduction of third-party insurance?
So I think when the insurance companies were looking at, they can't make a sale, of course, with a comprehensive. The people who will tell you, I've driven for 30 years, I've never gotten an accident. How can you sell to them a comprehensive?
Let me tell you, the devil hears every time you say that.
Yes.
I have driven, I have never gotten. That's the day you go and get an accident.
You get an accident. I've had a client who's told me that, but unfortunately something happened to his car and it didn't go well with him. So, but what I can say for sure, I always advise my clients to firstly take comprehensive insurance, because with comprehensive you can never go wrong. If there's any claim, I would never be worried and say, oh, hey, I'm really scared to pick this call because this client is going to shout at me because whatever he's looking for is not in that party. Let's say, for instance, today you get into an accident. I have a comprehensive, you have a third party, and then we get into an accident together. And then I maybe was on the wrong and I hit you and both our cars collided that created a very bad accident, which was so fatal. And maybe we survived. So, but now for me, since I have comprehensive, who will I run to? My insurance company.
Yes.
But who will you run to? Or the third party?
My mother.
Exactly. Or now you start telling me to repair your car. You don't have comprehensive. It's a lot of money. But I also don't have the money. Sorry. I also don't have the money to repair your car. So what will I tell you? I'll tell you, kindly take this up with my insurance. And you know very well that even if you take it up with my insurance, it's going to take a long process because either you need to actually go to court.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for elaborating. So we are done with motor vehicle insurance.
Yes.
So which is the next one?
The next one is health insurance.
Okay.
So for health insurance, I would like to tell people that health insurance is not NHIF. People mostly confuse the two. Because you see now, for health insurance, it means you need to give me your family group. Let's say, for example, you, your husband, your 2 kids. That's M+3. M is the principal member. Then 3 are the other dependents. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, by the time I'll be doing a quote for you, I know the first thing clients say, oh, this is very expensive. But what I usually tell my clients, what if you're not able to take the whole package, say you take inpatient, outpatient, dental, all those, there's a way you can only take inpatient just to cover you. If anything happens in the future, you never know about this life. So I usually tell my clients, the first thing they need to know, for health insurance, you can never take outpatient and dental. You'll have to do inpatient because it's mandatory. It's inpatient, then you can take dental and optical. But you can't take outpatient, dental, optical. There's no shortcut. So you can either take inpatient only or take inpatient maternity, inpatient optical, inpatient dental.
All right.
Yes.
Sorry. Hapo kidogo umetuchanganya.
Sorry.
Haina shida. Now, up to how many people can be covered?
You can cover up to, it depends now with your family size. So maybe let's say, for example, you have 4 children, you can cover them. And if there are extras, you can actually elaborate and say you have extra children who will be calculated for as well.
Umesema extra children. Sorry to our viewers, I have a very horrible cold that has refused to go away. And nimeambiwa ni kama nyota imeenda. Pray for me, please. So, health insurance, you have talked about it. What is the next one?
The next one is domestic package, home insurance.
Okay.
So domestic package has two bits. Let's say, for example, the building we are in is your building. And the contents, let's say, for example, the building is yours and maybe you only have one house and the contents you want to, I'm assuming this is a mansion or maybe what is it called? A bungalow. So it's a bungalow, maybe it's worth 40 million and then now you have contents inside. So there are two ways. You can take insurance for your building and also your contents. But if you're living in a house that is not yours, it's an apartment, you can only take insurance for your contents because they are yours. At any given point, if the building collapses or anything happens to the building, you will always claim for your contents. So most people don't know. Most people think if you are living in an apartment, you can't take insurance. You can take insurance because the insurance doesn't mean you're only taking for the stationary items in the house. Let's say TV, fridges and all that. The insurance also extends something called an all risk that happens to be your phone, tablet, iPhones, laptops.
So small gadgets.
Yes, whatever you move with is called an all risk. You're always moving with everywhere. So all risk means you're always moving with it, so it's at risk. If somebody snatches it from you, you will come and claim.
All right. So if I own the property, that's what you mean. I can take one that is comprehensive that covers including the house itself.
The building, yes.
But if I am renting, then I just cover what is mine.
Yes, cover what is yours. Because now you can't cover what is not yours because we'll ask you what's the value
of the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the value usually goes with also the land that it's sitting on.
All right.
Yeah.
Next.
So the next thing is personal accident. Personal accident, this is a very good one because most clients don't even know that if you have a comprehensive insurance or if you're a driver and whatever you have, if it's a third party or if you have comprehensive, you're not covered as a driver.
Why?
You're not covered as a driver. Any other person that you're carrying in your vehicle is covered.
Except me?
Yes.
Why is that?
That's just how the insurance has put it. That's why they came up with a product called a personal accident. The personal accident doesn't work only inside your car. It actually extends outside. So if you're in your car and you get an accident, you will definitely claim from the benefits that are outlined in the personal accident you've taken from. And the beauty about the personal accident, it's not expensive. So depending on what you're looking at, if you're looking at maybe you're the breadwinner and you don't want in any misfortune that happens to you, maybe for example, accident related and you pass on, you would want your family to remain in the best place that you would have left them. Let's say, for example, you can take a personal accident for 2 million. If that's what you think your family will be okay with, you can take 5 million, 10 million, depending on what you think. So personal accident, after the car where you're in, even when you're walking on the road, the personal accident still protects you because it is an accident-related insurance.
Okay.
So anything happens, if you are hit by a motorbike, maybe on the road, maybe you are not driving, and then you are totally disabled, it still has some of the benefits outlined. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We are also learning on this. So I advise you to take a pen and paper because it is very important. We write down just to remember what Mavis is talking to us today about.
Yeah.
I would also be interested to hear from our viewers what it is they think about insurance, what different type of insurance they've taken or what they've had. Because then our next question is, what are some of the myths and misconceptions around insurance?
We are not done.
Sorry. We are not done. Personal.
So for the personal accident, yeah, I was to elaborate that it's not only for the driver. I know that you're lost.
I totally.
So
Please find me.
It's not only for the driver because the personal accident can also extend to your family members. If you feel like, no, I don't want my family to be exposed, you can take a personal accident for family. Yourself, your wife, your children.
So what does that mean, and what will that cover?
That covers them in case of any type of accident, wherever they are. So for example, you have a family, you want to cover them, you can have a cover that has one policy number for the whole family. So even when your children are going to school, you're not worried. You know, there are people who buy all types of insurance just to make sure their family is safe.
I want to be those people when I grow up.
And then now I was going to the part of life, breaking it down to educational policy.
Yes.
So what I usually advise people, if you're thinking of how your kids are going to go to school and how they're going to be taken care of, I would say when you're getting a child, kindly just get a policy that covers them in terms of education-wise. Because I know of a story, by the way, of somebody whose parent passed on when we were in school with. And then the good thing, the dad had known insurance back in the day when insurance was not something people were looking at. So the dad had taken up an insurance policy. I won't mention the insurance company because I'm not advertising them. So he had taken the insurance policy to cover them in high school and university. So when the dad passed on, what happened is the relatives helped because we were almost finishing primary. So the other extended family members helped. Then now in high school, the policy now matured. Maturity in insurance means it comes down to action to help. Yeah. So it came to help in their high school, in their university. So the type of insurance you also take depends on the amount you want to pay. And then what guides us as we are sourcing for quotations is you tell us the type of school you want to take your kid, what university you're looking at. If you're looking at this amount to pay from high school to university, you tell us, or maybe you're looking at just university. You tell us the type of university you're looking at, then now we'll look at the fee structure and now give you a quotation that will cater for during that period.
Wow.
Yeah, that's for educational policy. And doing that, it means you're securing your child's future in case of the unforeseen, or maybe by that time, maybe you will need the insurance to kick in, maybe because of financial constraints. Another thing is for the life insurance, there's also something called an endowment policy. Endowment policy is just a way of saving, because I know Kenyans don't like saving. It's a way of saving, and the policy is usually a long term. So you can find the endowment policy with different insurance companies. The minimum number of years is 10 years. So you can take it up to 10, 15, 20, depending on what you are looking at. And you can also take, for the beauty of the endowment policies, you can even take 4 endowment policies. Nobody will ask you, and they'll both pay you when the term matures. And then another thing is money market, which now is known in the industry and known by most people, even people who don't know insurance that well. Money market is a short-term way of saving money. And the beauty about it, it earns interest every day. And also, you're able to look at how much it's earning, what your account holds, and you can be able to check it from your phone.
Now, does that mean big money?
Yeah, you can place any type of money. Like whether
Mavis.
small...
Like 2,000.
Yes, you can place 2,000. But now the problem is when you're placing small money, the interest is not that much. But the beauty of money market is when you place huge sums of money, you will see that then the interest is really good. So it's a way of people working hard and, saving more money.
I guess you have to work hard at this point.
Yes.
Okay, so we have talked about life insurance, that is education, and endowment.
Money market now pension.
Yes.
So the pension, the beauty about it, the insurance companies that you can save a minimum of even 2,000 shillings. So this pension, you will save it pole. People don't see the importance of it. But imagine you're 20, you're saving 2,000 every single month. By the time you're reaching 55, how much would that be?
A lot of money.
It will be a lot of money. And the beauty about it is you're not just placing money that is sitting idle like in your bank. You're placing money that is earning interest as well. So by the time that period you're looking at your money, it will be quite a large amount of money. Yeah.
Okay. There's also an interesting one that I have been seeing, but reason why I'm asking is that we also need clarification. These ones that you take up for funeral.
Last expense.
Yes, but you see the way our African society is set up, it's a very taboo topic.
I know.
But we have also seen how funeral expenses can become, in families, can burden families.
Very true.
So talk to us more about...
I'm so glad you mentioned it because I just left it out for a reason.
Why? It's a taboo topic?
It is a taboo topic.
We are called the tackle. We tackle all topics, including taboo topics.
Thank you. So I remember one day when I was selling the last expense to someone, do you know what the response was? So you think I'm going to die soon?
Oh.
Yeah, it was that bad. So, but I really love selling last expense because it actually reduces the number of, I know people are going to hate me for this. It reduces the number of WhatsApp groups we can create.
Mavis,
yes.
Let me talk to you as a Kenyan, as your host here. I am one person who plans even for mortality when I am gone, because I know the importance of one, the financial burden that it comes with it, but also two, I am one person who likes things in a particular way, even in my death. So there are people who matter in my life know what kind of funeral I want, because I have planned to that day. And it is about time that we come out of this myth, because we've seen the kind of burden that it places on families, on friends, when you talk about WhatsApp groups. And I know it's an African thing where we like to share. We share our successes and our problems. But if we can lift that burden off, don't you think it's a good thing?
I would say it's a good thing. I would say that if anybody wants to buy a last expense, I'll be very happy, because I would think that people are now getting out of the mentality of I want to die, or maybe I'm planning for my death. The last expense is just something that, prepares if anything happens, because we never know. I might be sitting here with you today. Okay, the moment I leave here, I would not know if I'll reach my destination, right?
That's true.
Yeah, so the last expense is very crucial, because you can cover, let me just be honest, you can cover yourself, your husband, your children, and also your parents-in-law.
Okay.
You see, it has an extension. You can cover even your parents, both parents from both sides, parents-in-law and your parents, the husband's parents and the wife's parents. So this is a comprehensive insurance that you can just take, but you're not intending to die. You're intending to just make sure by the time you'll be leaving these people, you're not leaving them with a financial burden.
Mavis, it's the same thing when you are taking a motor vehicle insurance.
Yes.
When you are taking a medical insurance. You don't take it in the hopes that you're going to get an accident or to get sick.
Exactly.
We need to demystify.
Yes, we need to.
So what, are we finished with the types of insurances?
Yeah, so I just wanted to touch briefly on the types of insurances that people buy. And I'm so glad that you mentioned last expense. That's so good of you. I am really grateful, because I wouldn't have mentioned it.
You struggle with it even with clients?
Yes, but the good thing is you get different types of clients. You get clients who are open. I'm telling you, there are clients who would buy all types. If you have insurance and you place to them on the table, they would buy everything. And there are those clients who will just tell you, no, I'll think about it. So the moment they take motor insurance, they'll think about domestic package, they'll think about personal accident, and yet they are exposed. And then the other thing is, the moment you speak to them the next time, they'll be like, my phone was stolen. And I'm like, I told you can take a domestic package.
It is like the devil is equally taking notes as you are refusing the packages.
Yeah.
All right. So I am glad that we've covered the types of insurances that are common, especially in clients.
Yeah.
So now I would like us to go to the myths and misconceptions when it comes to insurances. And you have started with the one for, what did you call it, last expense?
Last expense.
Yes.
So now, this one is going to be funny. For the myths and misconceptions, number one is clients' term insurance as thieves.
Why?
Because of because of a shared experience. You get somebody speaking to the other, maybe Sharon has spoken to so and so, oh, I took insurance, they never sorted out my claim, these guys are just thieves, I bought it, where? So you find that, it's a shared story that somebody else also buys it.
But why do insurers do that?
So I'm going to that point.
Okay.
Let me explain to you why insurance are not thieves, and I'm not trying to defend them. It's because I've been in the industry. I know what happened, and good thing for all my friends who are watching this today, they would know that whenever we are together, I would just bring in a conversation about insurance, just to make them know what happens or how to tackle some issues. Number one, something called excess.
What is that?
Excess is the first part of the claim, or first part of the amount that is borne by the insured. Insured is the person who's taken the insurance. So this thing called excess, actually you've said about the devil. I think it's something that most clients don't understand. Every type of insurance policy that you buy has a policy excess. Whether a domestic package, whether a motor insurance, has an excess. That's one thing people don't know. What is an excess? I'm going to actually make you calculate something.
It's good I have a pen and paper.
Okay.
Insurance 101. So guys,
Yes.
come closer. Our viewers, let's all calculate.
So now you have to calculate something, but it has to be, I'm going to give you a scenario and then you calculate.
Okay.
So now I'll just give this same example. I hit you with my car, and then we've been involved in an accident. And then when you're taking a photo, maybe the accident, sijui kama ushaona mtu anasema, hiyo damage ni ndogo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you're taking a photo and you send it to your mechanic tells you, for example, this one we can do it to like 10K. That's below excess. Do you know why an excess is there?
Yes.
The insurance is trying to curb the issue of people claiming everything. You are claiming 5,000. You are claiming 3,000. They don't want such a thing.
Sasa unasema nigongeshe gari sana.
Don't be caught on air saying that. But it should be a very big damage. It's not that big, but you see, the good thing about insurance is if you're claiming, the garages will now put a markup, the prices will go high. Now I've hit you. Your vehicle, maybe let's say, for example, the value is 800K. I want you to calculate. 800,000 times 2.5%, you get now the excess.
All right.
Sorry, today this is going to be involving.
No. It is important. We have to understand properly.
Yes, we do.
So by 2.5%. All right.
That gives you
2 million.
No, it's not supposed to be 2 million.
That's what I'm wondering.
Can I calculate it for you?
Sasa umesema tu umenichomea tu mbele ya kamera.
I would like to
320,000. Yes.
No.
2%, as in 2.5.
2.5% of the value of the vehicle, which is that 800,000.
All right.
Yeah. Let me calculate it for you. So it's going to be.
No, it is 800,000. Yes, 20,000.
It's going to be 20,000. So what happens is you find that in your policy excess, maybe, for example, the insurance company has told you, or your intermediary has notified you that the excess for this company is 20K or 30K. And now I've hit you. The accident is above 30K. What happens? You will claim. That's one thing you need to know. Because it's above excess.
It is 20,000 in this case.
Yeah. So the excess, I'm giving an example.
Yes,
maybe
yes.
it's 20K. And your accident, the claim that you've gotten, the claim will be above excess by 20,000. Maybe it's 40K. You will definitely claim. What happens if your claim was below excess? The claim was maybe, let's say, for example, 10K. You've seen people on the road moving aside.
Yes, tunongonezane.
Yes, to discuss, because it's below excess. I can't claim to my insurance. What do? We have to agree.
So you pay out of pocket?
Yes. If I'm the one on the wrong, I'll have to either tell you where you can take your vehicle to be repaired, Or I will give you, we'll agree. Maybe if I don't have some money, I'll be honest. I'll tell you I don't have. There are people who will just be honest and you find out they really want to help, but they don't have much money. You can find out that you can agree. Maybe the claim is 10,000 and maybe the guy or the lady has 7K. You might actually accept because you're seeing this is a genuine person who really wanted to help. Now, we're going to the instance where the claim is above excess and you've not taken an excess protector. I've skipped somewhere. Mm-hmm. So the excess, but you're talking about the first part of the claim that the client has to bear, the first amount. If you have something called an excess protector, it's a benefit in your motor insurance policy.
Nimepotea. I hope our viewers you're still with us. Kindly.
Excess.
Yes.
It's the first part that is first amount of money that is supposed to be paid by the insured. It's a policy excess that most of the insurance policies have it. So this excess, why I've made you calculate that is just to find out how much is your excess and what does your policy say your excess is. The moment you first know the policy excess of your vehicle, you will not have problems. That's number one. Up to there, I think we are back on track.
Yes.
So that's how you calculated. So I said excess for your vehicle is 20K. Any claim below 20K, kindly, anyone who's hit you, kindly move aside. Even the police will come and tell you, Songeni kando muonge. But don't ever, this is something now people don't know. In terms of an accident, don't move away from the accident without taking photos of how the accident happened.
Because you need the evidence.
Yes. You need to show how the accident happened. You take photos of the other car, how the other car has hit you. Also take a photo of the insurance sticker. I know people call it an insurance sticker, but insurance people call it a certificate of insurance. Take a photo of the insurance sticker that is on the windscreen. Take it for yourself so that by the time you'll be claiming, the insurance company will need to know the company that the other vehicle is insured in, because there's something called the principle of subrogation.
Mwalimu teacher. Mwalimu teacher.
Yes.
Mwalimu teacher, umesema hiyo ni nini? Principle of
subrogation.
Where?
I'll take you to it because you won't understand what subrogation is. So,
wacha nifungue koti.
Fungua tu. It's becoming hot. Continue. It's becoming hot. So, now, I've taught you how when an accident happens, never move away from the accident. Even if you're moving away after the police has come, that's okay. But take a photo. Photos, actually. Clear photos of how the accident has happened. And also take a photo that shows the vehicle and also the insurance. Yeah. That way, when you're reporting a claim to me, for example, I am able to actually notify the insurance. Here's the sticker, blah, blah, blah. So they will follow up. That's where the subrogation comes in. Principle of subrogation is the moment your claim is taken care of and you've been indemnified. Right? That's another terminology. You've been brought.
I remember that from business class.
Yes, that was in business. If the moment you've been indemnified or brought back to the previous state you were in before the accident, that is financially all the troubles you were in, the insurance company will follow up with the other third party company to get their money
back.
Yes.
Okay.
Now that's subrogation.
Okay.
It is as simple as that.
No, after you've explained.
It's now simple. Yeah, so I was explaining that part. So that excess bit, I'm going to the excess now. That excess bit, the moment I hit you and your vehicle is above excess and you don't have an excess protector, I think this is going to be a question. What do you think happens?
You are on your own.
No, you're not on your own. What happens is I will alert you, tell you that unfortunately you said on email. Usually I write it on email to avoid, the kind of shouting that can happen on phone. I write on email that you have refused to take up the excess protector benefit. Hence, just to alert you that during an accident, you'll be required to pay excess. That's actually the insurance will write to me. So I better just write to you when you're taking the policy, so that when the email comes in, I'll tell them I did it on email as well. So if you have an excess protector, good clients take excess protectors, and most of my clients are good. They take excess protector. So if you have an excess protector and the claim is above excess, everything is sorted out. You sit down and relax.
Now, the excess protector, does that mean it adds? So what I would have taken ideally for my motor vehicle as insurance, with the excess protector, that means
more premium. Yes. So the excess protector is usually 0.25%.
Of the total amount?
No, 0.2 of the value of the vehicle, but usually maybe with a minimum premium, maybe 2,500, or other companies will put it at 5K.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's continue with the myths and misconceptions apart from kuitwa wezi.
Another thing is, I usually tend to tell clients, when you're taking an insurance, please do not take an insurance that doesn't affect you.
What do you mean?
That doesn't affect you mean, I'm just using the layman's language. Insurable interest principle. Insurable interest here is...
Mwalimu.
I know. Insurable interest here is, you can't take insurance that doesn't affect you directly financially in case of a loss. You can't take an insurance on my behalf.
Oh, I get you.
You get me. The best example that happens in the market, I sold you a vehicle.
Oh, yes.
I sold you a vehicle, it has comprehensive. Who are you? You will drive it like that.
Oh, yes, I've seen that.
It is bad. You will drive it like that. Then when there's a claim, that's where the complication comes in.
Because I'm not the one who took the insurance.
They know you, they don't know me. They'll be like, okay,
so who are you?
You sold the vehicle, and who is this? So that's where the complication comes in. And you find out that some of the claims are declined because the insurable interest was not there. You see, the problem with Kenyans is, I'm going back to the excess. When we were talking about excess and excess protector, when you didn't take an excess and maybe you were told to contribute an excess, you will go tell Sharon, guess what? Insurance are thieves. Imagine they asked me to contribute 20K. For what? And I have comprehensive. That's already a story Sharon will give somebody else.
Person.
So by the time they'll be buying a car, they already know. Sinichukwe to third party.
Now my question is, are there also unscrupulous agents and brokers that, you see, these misconceptions and myths just don't come out of nowhere?
Yes.
You know?
I know.
And by the time I am going to tell the next person that watu ni wezi, something might have happened.
Very
genuinely.
true. Yes, genuinely. There are clients who genuinely have been affected by unscrupulous people like me, but not me. Oh my God.
No, our mwalimu teacher is not.
Not me. Most of the people who are watching today, if they know me, they will say, I will not sitajipigia debe, acha tuniache. Wacha watanipigia debe. So what I'll say is, the problem that we have in the market, we have agents and brokers who are actually spoiling our name. Number one, I recently got a client. She was recommended to me. If you're watching, hi. She was recommended to me because the previous agent had squandered her premiums. And she didn't know.
How is that possible?
That happens like this. Mostly you find that I have a company pay bill. You pay to me, then I'll remit to the insurance. Or maybe you send it to my M-Pesa, then since you trust me, I'll remit it to my insurance. You've known me for a long time, because I usually tell people, I'm not bad-mouthing friends, but mostly friends tend to take advantage of other friends. For example, maybe I'm an agent, and then maybe, for example, we've been trusting each other for a long time. I've been sending you money, you paying, sending, you're paying. One day, maybe something happened and this agent was in trouble. Akasema nini? Let me use this client's money, I'll return it. Unfortunately, never do that.
The devil is a liar.
Never do that, because the devil is a liar. You will never get the money to replenish this other one. Because unfortunately, during the time you've squandered the premium, the client gets an accident. A very serious one. And you see, the worst thing that Kenyans don't know, you cannot claim when you've not cleared your premiums. Premium has to be cleared first, whether I've squandered your money or not. You need to clear your premiums first for you to claim.
So Mavis, what happens in such instances?
Such instances are really difficult. Actually, I pity clients who've undergone that because it's very difficult. Number one, I have heard of an agent who did that. And actually, during the accident, he switched off his phone and he was lost, and this client could not get the person. So the client had to clear the premium because actually the vehicle was a write-off. It was a write-off. It was not a repairs case. It was a write-off.
All right. So we have questions that are coming in, but it is good that you're highlighting, and you've not finished on the myths and misconceptions. I'm sure there are still more.
Okay.
So, Gerald Bitok is asking, how do you handle hit and run cases or parking damages? There are always disclaimers on owner's risk. Number 2, what are the dangers of taking third-party covers? Number 3, in the era of installment premiums, what happens if you get an accident mid-premium?
Those questions are good, but you have to go one by one because I want to know all of them. Number one, let's go to number one.
Number 1 is, how do you handle hit and run cases?
Hit and run,
Or parking damages?
That's okay.
There's always the disclaimer of park at owner's risk.
I know what he means. So, he said it's called Bitok, or is it?
Gerald.
Gerald.
Yes.
So, Gerald, the good thing is, the moment you take an insurance policy, let's say, for example, you've taken it and maybe you were in a hotel and somebody hit your vehicle, maybe there were no cameras, and you were inside and you didn't know. The good thing is you can still report. You've not parked it illegally. You were in a hotel. I've had 2 cases. A customer who had parked at a hotel and another one who there was no parking. So he or she was told to park outside as they wait for someone else to leave. That still has to be paid because you didn't park it illegally. You were going somewhere and you were told to park it somewhere else to wait. You will always claim for that. That's the good thing about insurance. What they don't want is you abandoning your vehicle, what Kenyans like doing, flash parking. Umeenda soko, keka flash park, katikati ya barabara. And I see these cases. You've placed your vehicle there, umeenda kununua vitu, macha gari hapo. You see, that's now you're exposing your vehicle seriously. But if you've parked it somewhere and then somebody hits you, you'll definitely claim. Yes, you'll definitely claim. What they're just discouraging is you parking aimlessly.
Hit and run?
Hit and run still happens. What you do is, I remember I was reported a claim last year with a client who was hit by another vehicle at around, I think, 3 a.m. The car that hit this person, he was not able to see it. I actually reported the claim. He reported it. Of course, you have to go to the police station. He reported he was hit, but since it wasn't clear, he couldn't see the car. So he reported it, and the vehicle is repaired. The client is satisfied, and he has no complaints.
All right.
Yeah.
So question number 2, what are the dangers of taking third-party covers?
Third party, I would just say it's a basic insurance for not being arrested by police.
Otherwise, it doesn't do anything for you.
The only thing it actually helps is if you hit somebody else, maybe you hit me, I will definitely sue you. They will appoint a lawyer for you. Or maybe you hit the expressway fence, they will definitely sort it out. That's it. But during the hit, if your vehicle was definitely if you hit me, there's a damage. That's your own cost. Yeah. Hiyo ni shida yako.
Where?
Yeah.
So number 3, in the era of installment premiums,
yeah,
what happens if you get an accident mid-premium?
That is perfect. What happens is, as long as, let's say, for example, now what I do want to go deep into, you see, most clients, as long as you have an intermediary, intermediaries have arrangements with insurance companies that you will pay in 3 installments. So if you had paid 2 and you're remaining with 1 and you have an accident, you just tell me you had an accident, report it, and we do everything, but you have to clear the...
Mwalimu, it is allowed. It is allowed, Mwalimu.
Okay, thank you. So you have to clear the premiums that are remaining. Let's say they were remaining like 10,000. You'll just clear it and the claim will be processed. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good questions and good lessons also to learn.
Yes.
So are we done with some of the misconceptions?
Unless I remember others as we proceed.
No problem. So At this point, what is the difference between an insurance agent and an insurance broker?
The difference is minimal because number one, the agent and broker do the same functions. And number two, most people don't know whether you have an agent or not. I don't charge anything to be your agent. I only get commission from what you've paid. So there's no charge that I'm charging anyone. And that applies to brokers as well. So the difference between brokers and agents, I would say, is in terms of the, what is it called? The procedure of being a broker. There's so many things. They're a bit complicated, not complicated per se, but there are a bit of things you need to have, like requirements for you to become a broker. And it comes with, let's say, for example, if you want to become a broker, you'll have to take something called a professional indemnity.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only difference. But the difference between a broker and it's just something to do with paperwork.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the importance of securing a good insurance policy and how to go about it?
Number one, to secure a good insurance policy, number one, you have to make sure, as I said, insurable interest is really important for people to know. Do not take insurance if you don't need it. It's not going to affect you financially if you get a loss. So you need to know, what type of insurance am I taking today? Is it something I need? Is it something that if I'm exposed, I will suffer losses? That's number one. Number two, you need to check the insurance company you're buying the insurance from. I will not mention names because no. So I'm going to go deep in that. If you're taking an insurance policy, let's say, for example, for motor, with the insurance companies that are not reputable, you will suffer the things people say insurance are thieves. Because number one, these companies don't pay claims. There are companies that don't pay claims. Or maybe they take a long process to pay the claims, which will affect you financially. Let's say, for example, you are an Uber driver and you've taken an insurance with a company that does not pay claims, or maybe it will take time. Of course, this was your source of income, right? You've already suffered financial losses. You'll be continuing to suffer financial losses until the time they will decide to pay, or the time maybe you will have followed up until you're so tired. And you see, some of them result to other people getting into debts.
Okay, what does the regulator do about such people?
You know, what happens is you are supposed to report them to the regulator, but now they'll be summoned, they'll, back and forth, they'll say they'll pay. You see, saying you're going to pay is one thing and paying is another. So they will definitely appear. When they are called, they will come. But they'll just give you the same old stories about we're going to pay the claim. Please be patient. Or maybe we'll pay tomorrow and they're not paying. Can I continue on that?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, continue.
So for the importance I've said, kindly check the insurance company that you're taking the policy from or where you're being directed to. And I would like to say this. Most clients don't know that cheap is expensive. You want a policy. I've given you the most reputable companies that pay claims very fast. You tell me no, but I hear this company is cheap. Can we get me a quote from them? I get you a quote from them. And then I still give you a disclaimer that these people don't pay claims, or rather they have financial issues, or rather they will take it slow to make the payments. But you'll still insist on it. The moment you'll get a serious accident and you need me to sort it out, and the process will be slow, even if I remind you, I told you, you will always say, either I'm also lying like them, or maybe I'm a thief like them. That's how we are branded out here.
But hold that thought, Mwalimu.
Thank you.
We have Fred Kiru, author, joining us, and he's asking a question. Shed more light on getting fake stickers from brokers and verification. Also, share steps when an accident happens and one has third party, the other one has comprehensive. I think we had touched on it, but we can always go back.
Yeah.
So, Fred Kiru, thank you for joining us this morning. And Mwalimu, getting fake stickers.
Fake stickers, number one, I usually tell my clients, when you're getting an insurance from, let's say, for example, an agent, mostly what happens in the industry is if you've asked for an insurance, you've paid and all that, I get direct certificates from Aki. Aki send me certificates, as in it's directed when somebody is issuing it, I get it from DMVIC, which is part of Aki. So when the certificate, I send it to you, there's a way of you checking the validity of the certificate. There's an SMS there's a way it's written in the certificate that you can SMS that and see, can I show you how the certificate looks like? It's here, I have the evidence. So you can be able to verify, because most clients get, I think the people who, I don't know if it's River Road, who make fake certificates for clients, and at the end of the day, you find out you don't have an insurance. Even the insurance company itself doesn't have your policy number. The policy number that is there, it's for someone else.
River Road makes everything.
I know. So let me show you a client certificate, how it looks like. Let me get it for you.
Mwalimu came prepared.
Yeah, I have everything because mostly clients want to understand how it looks like. I have downloaded it. So now you can check that certificate. That's the PSV
right.
Uber certificate.
All right.
So I want you to read everything. You see there's a place to scan.
Yes, down here.
Yeah.
How to verify.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, all right. So you said as a client,
yes,
I can take this number and scan it?
Yes. No, you can check, you can do the validation SMS thing, okay, and check. Because for the scanner, usually it's for the police. They have a gadget that they scan the certificate for you, and they can tell you actually it's not valid. You've seen.
So that's how you're caught?
Yes. So that's how you're caught. But mostly I usually say that this type of agents that sell fake certificates really ruin the market for us, because the market has people who like clean business, who are straightforward. So I think we need to find a way to curb such people from ruining our reputation.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So our viewers this morning, naona mumechangamka. I hope you have a pen and paper, because these are important lessons that you have to remember. Gerald again is asking, who are ambulance chasers?
Oh, you've forgotten you said about accidents.
Yes, accidents.
Comprehensive and I think third party.
Yes.
Comprehensive and third party. Let's say we've gotten into an accident. I had a third party. Let me just put myself on third party now. I had a third party, you had a comprehensive. Who would you want to hit the other? Comprehensive or third party? Last time it was comprehensive.
If I have comprehensive and you have third party,
yes.
If you hit me, mm-hmm, if I remember correctly, mm-hmm, I will be paid, you will not.
Yeah, because you have comprehensive.
Yes.
But this third party one, uh-huh, so this third party one, if it was a minimal claim, this comprehensive might be, lenient and say, but there are those clients who are really arrogant. They'll tell you, take it up with my insurance. There's nothing you can do. You can't beat him up to get what you want.
So it's a gentleman's agreement.
Yes. If that person is a kind person and maybe the accident is minimal, they'll say, let me just pay from the pocket, because maybe they're on the wrong. Mm. But if this person is on the wrong and is having a comprehensive and is arrogant, he'll just tell you, let's both go to the police station, get an abstract. Him knowing very well, he'll claim from the insurance company and you will not. And he'll tell you, the moment you take it up with the insurance, you might actually end up in court.
Oh, no.
I imagine court case, you don't have money, and you're having to finance all these things to get just something that you would have sorted out with someone else.
Because now the liability will be on you.
Yeah, because now you see comprehensive and third party, the difference between these two is comprehensive, the damage to his car will be taken care of. For yourself, it's only a third party damage.
Okay, I hope we have answered your question, Fred. But not to worry, this show will be uploaded on our YouTube and on our YouTube page, that is New Day TV. You can always go and just watch from where we began, because there are very important lessons as we began. We've been told about the types of insurances, what they entail, why you should take it, how you should take it up. Na mwalimu mali tumefika, someone is asking, mm-hmm, that is Gerald again, who, mm-hmm, are ambulance chasers?
Ambulance chasers?
Yes.
What does it mean? Maybe a breakdown, sorry.
Gerald, the teacher, says you break down what ambulance chasers
yes
is. But as we continue, mm-hmm, so common doubts that public has, mm-hmm, when they are purchasing insurance. What are some of the doubts?
The don'ts.
Doubts.
Oh, doubts.
Oh, sorry, the don'ts. Yes.
Okay, sorry. So the don'ts, what can I say about the don'ts? Common don'ts. Number one, when you're taking an insurance policy, kindly ensure you get something called a policy document. You know, most clients will buy an insurance. They don't even know what the policy entails, what are the exclusions in that policy. They'll come to find it out when a claim happens, or maybe they suffer losses. So I would advise people, when you're taking up a policy, you see even the policy document, the moment you're getting it, you will know if you actually have a policy with
that
insurance A, insurer B, and you will see the calculations. Actually, policy documents have calculations of how your premium was, how much it costs, and now it will actually break down to the nitty-gritties of your policy. So that's number one. Number two, kindly, what I usually advise my friends is, please stop buying insurance online. This thing where you see insurance, you can purchase it online. You find out that you've gotten a standard insurance comprehensive cover.
Okay.
Because you see, when you purchase, let's say, for example, you are a first-time vehicle owner. If I didn't have this show, maybe if you're not watching this show, would you know what an excess protector is?
No.
Would you know what a Political Violence and Terrorism Act is? It's a benefit.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you know. But there's somebody who doesn't know, he or she needs this. And another thing that most clients don't know, even after valuation is free for anyone in comprehensive. So after valuation, maybe let's say you've bought a high-end car, and the windscreen for that car maybe it's 150,000. And you bought it online. How would you adjust this windscreen to cover you in terms of any damage? Because you see, basically, that's my work. I need to ensure everything in that valuation report tallies with what the policy will look like. The radio, maybe we have a limit of 50,000. Maybe your radio is worth 70K. 20K is exposed. Your windscreen is 150K. Your policy has 70,000. 50K is exposed. So I need to adjust for you. So any windscreen that is above the normal limit, you see, that's what I was saying, the policy document shows you. Any windscreen that is above the normal limit, it means we have to do a windscreen extension for you. So for that extra 50K or extra 20K, we need to do an extra addition to the policy. So by the time you'll be getting the policy document, it should show that you have an extension for the windscreen, you have an extension for the radio and all that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for elaborating. Mm-hmm. So what is the government role in regulating how the industry is run?
So one thing they did is they came up with a regulatory authority called Insurance Regulatory Authority, which is IRA. Most insurance people don't like mentioning things in full. We prefer going to the abbreviations. So this authority or this body governs the insurance industry. Number one, it takes up complaints. Number two, it solves disputes. If you had a dispute with an insurance company and it was not sorted out, you can always take it up with the IRA, which will always summon the insurance company to come have a sit down and understand on how they will sort out the client. So that is number one. Number two, the authority also regulates the industry to ensure if there are insurance companies that are going astray, or maybe they have issues, they will make sure this is done. I don't know if you've noticed there are insurances that collapsed a while back.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So some of them you find out that by the time they were collapsing, most clients don't know. But funny thing is, I had a client who was stopped by the police only to find out that the insurance collapsed a month ago.
They had no idea.
They had no idea, and in such a case, you're not covered.
So it doesn't matter whether your premiums are up to date. Once that company goes, it goes with your insurance.
Yes. You're not covered. You are actually exposed. Even the police will tell you, unatembea na gari ina insurance.
So how do you get help in such instances? You still go to IRA?
So in such cases, most people go to IRA to get if they can get their money back, and then others will get solutions very fast as they go to IRA. Because now you see, the moment you're exposed, the first thing that will come to your mind is, let me look for another person who can assist me, get help, then now you go to IRA. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but most of the people who had such kind of policies, maybe for example, you didn't have a claim and this happened, you can always take it up with them.
All right.
Yeah.
So how does the claims process work, and what role does the insurance agent or broker play in helping you navigate it?
I like that question. So the claim process, it's quite lengthy. I told you, number one, don't move from this scene of accident without taking photos. That's number one. Take photos of how the accident happened, then move aside. Now, when that happens, if you find out that the claim is above excess, please now report to your agent, and plus the two of you. It will be very beautiful if the accident happened for comprehensive and it's above excess. So you'll all go to the police station, get a police abstract. You reach out to me. Hello, Mavis. Hi, I got an accident. Or maybe you can call me at the scene. People don't know what to do. They usually call me and I pick the call at all times. So you're like, hi, Mavis, I'm in an accident. This happened. I tell you, get out of your car. Take a photo of the insurance for that vehicle, send them to me. And then now after that, when you go to the police station, you send me the police abstract. The moment you send that, I'll do an email, send the police abstract, photos of accident. And then now you will send me your driver's DL, the driving license, and then also the ID of the driver. So the moment you send me that, I'll still send. Now I'll also direct my clients on how to fill the claim form, because that's also something else most clients don't know how to do. Why I'm saying this is a client can, insurance, and I'm not bad-mouthing insurance now. Insurance will look for one single mistake to say this claim can't be paid.
What could be that single mistake that could make them not pay?
It depends on what you said, how the accident happened. Or maybe you admitted liability. You said, I was the one who was wrong.
So I should not admit anything?
No. Deny. Refuse. When the accident happened, whether you're on the right or wrong, even in the claim form, it's written there. Did you admit liability? Don't write yes. Or you're writing yes. Even your policy documents say, never admit liability. Your sticker says, do not admit liability.
Innocent until proven guilty, clearly.
Yes. And the good thing about comprehensive, whether you've said you do not admit liability or not, but don't say you admitted, tafadhali.
So your answer should always be
no. You didn't admit liability. As a who admit liability, that's good. We proceed. I help you on how to fill the claim form till the end. And before I send the claim form, I usually go through it.
Because as someone in the insurance industry,
I know
you will see what.
Yes, and I'll tell you, we have to go back and fill well. Because if you fill it wrongly and the claim is not payable, what will you do after renewal? You'll run away. I'll not have a client. So that's my work. I don't mind going through 20 claim forms, yet I'll help my clients, rather than the kind of person who you're sending to and she's already forwarding to the insurance without checking. That's not a careful person. You need to be responsible for all your clients. You check all the questions they've answered and how they answered, even the statements. You explain to me, I explain to you how you can put it in writing.
Okay.
Yes.
We are doing well so far.
Oh, and I've remembered, I know he'll write another question.
Yes.
During that time when I'm done with the paperwork of how to fill the claim form and report the claim, there's a process of now I'll tell you where the insurance company would want you to take the vehicle. For instance, there's an assessment center, or maybe the insurance doesn't have an assessment center. You'll have to avail the vehicle to a specific garage. Then the assessor will come, do the assessment for the vehicle. Then he will go back to the insurance company, get quotations, and also they'll go through the quotations before they do the final report. So when the report is out, that's when now the thing called the repair authority will be out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today we are learning and learning, relearning, you know.
Yeah.
Now, Gerald Bitok has come back and said,
Yeah.
Mwalimu says the insurance is for my own good.
Yeah.
So, why should I be arrested for not having it?
Can you be talk? Surely. Okay, let me address that. Please just take insurance. I beseech you. Take insurance. It is for your own good and everyone's good. Because by the time you'll get an accident and you have an insurance, at least we can speak about it.
Bitoka said he's a careful driver. Why should we be arrested for not having insurance?
No, whether careful or not, Bitok, I have had careful drivers who've had fatal accidents. Please, take insurance because you need it, not because you'll be checked by the police. Or he's the type of person I usually see in traffic. When the policemen are standing on this side, he changes the lane to this side. They don't look. You see when you're just near the traffic light, police go around checking the insurance. Yes. So maybe he'll just change the lane. So please don't change the lane. Just buy insurance. It's for the benefit of both of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they usually say government vehicles are not insured. Is this true? Part one of the question. Mm-hmm. Part two is, so zikikugonga nani atakulipa?
They have insurance.
Is it true that
they have
insurance?
They have insurance, and I know some of the government vehicles where they're insured. They have insurance. I can say for sure they have insurance. But zikikugonga, zikikugonga mostly. Let me just go back to what the politicians do in Kenya. You just in traffic somewhere, and then now a politician decides traffic is not his portion. He decides that convoy will have to pass in the middle and the place where he wants to move from. I think we literally have to squeeze to each other because he will have to get way. And then if you don't move, they'll start hitting your vehicle. I don't understand why politicians do this.
Politicians,
and
why do you do this?
We pay taxes and you're still moving. You don't want to go through the traffic, but you expect Mavis to get late to a meeting because you're in a hurry. It's not right. But they have insurance. But I know most of them, when they hit you, they don't hold. They just go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you assess the unique needs of your clients when you're recommending insurance coverage?
Oh, that's good. So what I do is, number one, it depends. If it's personal lines. Personal lines, I just know what people need. That is very simple. Right now, if you want me to sell insurance, I'll sell you everything. Now that you like your last expense, you'll buy it right now. So you can buy everything that I'm selling. Money market, pension. I know you don't even have pension, maybe. I would sell it to you. I'll sell medical, unless you have it and now you'll show me the evidence that you have it. Because most clients will tell, Niko nayo. Sayo, the client doesn't have. I don't know why it's a Kenyan thing. They like saying niko nayo. Okay, kumuuliza benefits ni gani? Wacha niulize mtu. Okay, who are you asking and it's your policy? So when it comes to businesses, let me go to business now. If I'm getting a business, for example, let me just say, for instance, I've come to your company. What kind of business are you doing? Let's say, for example, you have just an office. Maybe it's an NGO, a small NGO, for instance. I've come in, I've seen you have laptops, you have computers, you have seats, you have things in the office. Number one, I would recommend maybe fire and burglary. That's the first one. Number two, among the fire and burglary, there's something called an all risk. It will also cover the company phones, the laptops, the tablets, the iPads, and all that. So depending with the client, I am about to know this one doesn't need this. This one doesn't need business interruption. This one doesn't need machinery breakdown. I can't recommend to you something that it's not part of what you need to take. So I usually assess the client according to what I see, what kind of business you're doing, the activities and all that. Yeah. So WIBA, maybe if you have so many clients, you have WIBA, or maybe employees, you take a WIBA. You know what WIBA is?
No, explain more.
I was about to assume. WIBA is Work Injury Benefits Act.
Okay.
So this is for employees that you have. For instance, maybe a company has 10 employees. Maybe part of the employees, they are drivers, secretary, and then maybe the other ones are maybe people who go to the field. So how the insurance will gauge the type of risk for this type of people will be according to the people who move around. The person who is a secretary in the office, the rate will be very low.
Unlike a driver. A
driver is always prone to a lot of accidents, yeah? Somebody in the field, and anaweza gongwa na motorbike. I know how you see how motorbikes go like on different kind of roads, even pavements. So that one will also be a risk, part of high risk. So now when we are doing the quotation, you'll find out that this one has a different rate, this one has a different rate, this has a different rate. Okay. So, but they are both covered, but according to their risk exposed. Yeah.
Speaking of motorbikes, how watu wanakuanga na insurance?
Now that's a problem because there are some who don't have. There are others who have, some don't have. For those who have, you see these guys with speed bikes.
Yes.
These ones have.
Because those are people who know.
Yeah, they don't buy it because they are in business, or maybe they, the kind of rowdiness that these others have. But not these others might actually just take insurance because he was caught yesterday.
You say the only way Kenyans can do something.
Yes.
Is the threat of a policeman.
Yes. If he was caught yesterday, he'll buy the insurance. But for those who are being carried by motorbikes, I am so sure if you get a glance of that insurance, maybe it's expired.
All right.
Yeah.
So has technology impacted how the insurance industry works? And as a broker, how are you adapting to the changes?
Now we go to what kind of technology we are talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm asking what kind of technology are we talking about?
No, even with the emergence of AI, for example, rising digitization, social media, what have you. So are you taking advantage of that? So
what we usually do is, you see now, for instance, you remember what I was telling you, the part of the insurance being sold online?
Yes.
You see, it's actually affecting us, number one, because if a client goes and buys the insurance from that online platform, of course, he's gone as a direct client. So what am I going to do? Nitalala njaa jamani. See, they should stop buying from there. So that number one, it's not like about me per se, but you see, once you buy it online, okay, do you know the procedure of how to handle a claim? But how is it that you people in the insurance industry can adapt to these changes and because let's be honest, the world is moving towards digitization. And the sooner you adapt to digitization, the better for you to remain within the market. Yes. So there are those that are online, might not be the real deal. Yeah. But you guys who are the real deal, why don't you come online and take advantage of that? Because a few years from now, I'm sure things will be done differently with the emergence of technology. Very true. I've not thought about it. Actually, I'm actually asking myself, why did I think about this? No, it is also good. It is good. Because as an emerging field within the industry, yes, and you might just be the pioneer, you move things and start working online because you've disseminated this information to us clearly today. Yeah. I am sure you can do that on an online platform and get clients there. I remember there's a client who challenged me about whatever you're just telling me right now. Exactly. And you are a good teacher. Most people tell me, I actually sell to even my relatives and they're like, they sit down, they listen and they ask questions. Actually, my client told me, you're a good teacher. What you need to do is we need to come up with, I know if my client is listening, he'll remember, I still remember. He told me, let's come up with an app or something that we can be able to sell this type of insurances to clients and get them on board, but they still have somebody to represent them. Exactly. And we challenge you from the tackle here at the tackle today. It's very good. That we want to see you do it. I will actually have to look for my client today and tell him, there's this show I was in, kindly check it. I spoke about it, you told me, can we sit down and, the company is an IT company. I think he can help me come up with such a platform. Yes. Yeah, that where you're buying it, you can always reach out. There's a way that you can reach out to me. I can reach out to you and explain if there's anything to explain, but you've already bought it online and you're not a direct client. You can have assistance. Yes, we will even challenge you to something else off camera. Wataiba tukikuambia kwa camera. Thank you. So, what are some of the emerging trends and developments in the insurance industry that consumers need to know? Emerging trends. Yes. Is anything new coming up? So now, there are different products that are being brought in the market, but I can't speak of them right now because they are still in development stage. And now the moment you see us as agents or intermediaries, we usually go for trainings. There are trainings, breakfasts that we have. We have a sit down with insurance companies, with the individuals we work with. We come up with ideas, we give them, then they go work on them. So the thing I was to speak about is still in development, so I can't talk about it. But there are so many products that the insurance companies are coming up with to help, curb the things that are not being taken care of in the market.
All right. Mm-hmm. So is it important to review as a client my policies regularly? Would you advise?
Mm-hmm. To review in terms of moving from one agent to the next?
No, to review my policies, what I have, what you sold me.
What I've sold you. So what you can do during a renewal, let's say, for example, you're a client who's bought like 7 insurance policies from me. So we can have a sit down, you tell me, I would think maybe this medical insurance, the covers that I have maybe are a bit minimal, because my income has gone up and I would like to, increase the policy limits. Maybe inpatient, you're taking 1 million and you feel like now you have 4 kids. You have 2 kids, let me not say 4. You have 2 kids and you want them to be covered. So to be covered on a high limit. So maybe you can amend it to like 10 million. And then maybe inpatient, maybe if you guys were 50, decide to do 100, so that in case of anything, you don't have to go back to your pocket. So it's usually good to review regularly, just to even have a conversation with me. Maybe I can tell you the new products that are in the market, and if you would be interested, or maybe think about it. Most clients like thinking about it, so they will think about it, and then once you're ready, you can always come back. But it's very good for you to have a sit down with me, or maybe review with me. At least now we can touch base on whatever we didn't talk about before.
All right.
Yeah.
So we have come to the end of our interview, but I will not finish without asking you, what is a success story that you've had in all this that you've done? What's been a success
personally
story?
Yes. Okay, that's really good.
Umetufundisha, sasa wacha tusikie.
Success story for me, number 1. I remember me telling you that I didn't do insurance as a course.
Yes.
So I actually didn't go to College of Insurance or did anything to do with insurance. The person who took me up and taught me made sure that I went to different trainings to get the knowledge I'm imparting to people right now. So what I can say personally, I think I've been employed by different employers. If they're watching, they know me. And I would say one day I just woke up and felt, why am I being employed? And I can help people personally. Because, being employed, number 1, what made me get motivated is when I was being employed, I could not speak to you the way I've spoken to this audience directly, like giving them the knowledge, like impact on everything they wanted to ask. They are able to listen and ask. I can have a client on call and maybe I couldn't speak this much on what I would tell them. But being an intermediary, or being my own boss, I am able to take care of all my clients slowly. I explain everything nicely, slowly, until they understand. By the time you're buying a policy from me, you really feel like, really I needed this policy. Because the explanation that I give you, I don't rush it. I give the dose slowly. It's just like a doctor. They're giving you a dose slowly until you feel like, yes, but this medicine is really helping me. So I take it slowly because most people don't know insurance policies or insured or the policy holders really need a personal touch. So I'm proud of myself, of the achievement I've made. Being my own boss, I'm able to do everything to make my clients satisfied. And the clients to come, I am willing and ready to pick them up and take care of them just like my old clients.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Mwalimu, indeed, you are amazing. You're an amazing teacher. You're patient.
Thank you.
And that is important.
Thank you.
Now, mwalimu wakuangi hapa tackle kila siku, but where can we find you?
So now, for this moment, you can always reach out to me via phone because I am in the process of setting up my office.
I can give your number.
Yes. My number, I say it out loud?
Yes.
It's 0746 010 513.
Okay.
That is clear?
Yes.
All right. So if you want to reach out to me, kindly call me even a text on WhatsApp. I reply to messages. I call clients. If you're asking me a question,
number kidogo pole
number,
mwalimu.
sorry, 0746
Yes.
010 513.
Thank you. Now continue.
So now when you're reaching out to me, whether it's a text or WhatsApp, I'll always call. Most clients know. I tend to understand that, you see, you can be asking something on WhatsApp and maybe the response you won't understand. But the moment I call you and explain to you, you find out that whatever you were looking for is what I was talking about, but a text won't suffice. So usually just text me, I'll call you, give you all the best insurance experience you can ever have, like speak to you and at least have a personal touch. And I know most of my clients have brought referral business.
Wow.
Yes.
Social media unapatikana wapi?
Social media, we have an Instagram account called Beri Insurance _agency. Sorry, Beri Insurance _agency. You can reach out there. You can choose whatever you want. If it's Instagram, if it's WhatsApp, if it's calls, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always available to my customers. That's the reason as to why I decided to be my own boss, to take care of the people I'm dealing with. And I can say this for sure. Most of my clients say I am a very approachable person.
You are. I can confirm.
Thank you. And they also say they love the fact that I'm always jovial and full of energy when I'm speaking to them. So feel free to call me. Feel free to reach out. I am here for you. Thank you very much.
You're the only person who can explain insurance the way you did and make us understand without it being boring. I wish you were my business teacher in school.
Thank you.
Maybe things would have turned out better. So ingekuwa Dangote. But well, it is what it is.
Thank you very much for this opportunity as well. I am really grateful you're a good host, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity to speak to people and teach them. And if there's any other opportunity that you need me to expound, feel free to reach out to me since you have my number. Thank you very much.
All right, you're most welcome. And we said on this show, we are here to learn and relearn. And today we have learned a lot about the insurance industry and what we need to know, what we need to look out, the different type of insurances, how we should claim. You know that the first thing is deny. So it is the only place that you should not be honest. Otherwise, itakuramba. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Don't worry if you've missed this show. It will be uploaded to our YouTube. You'll have a chance to like it, to share, to subscribe, and also recommend it to your friends to listen, because it's a very important topic, I feel like, in our lives today. I have been your host, Chepkoech Towett, on The Tackle, that is Common Sense edition. See you tomorrow, same place, same time, on the State of the Nation. We will discuss further what has been happening in our country. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.